Like, okay. Are you allowed to say, now that you've been streaming on YouTube for a while, do you think it has an opportunity to compete with Blip in the future?
With Blip?
Oh, sorry. With Twitch.
I think
Blip's like, I'm coming back, baby. Blip's the big player, man.
All right, I'll announce it here. I'm going to Blip. With Twitch as a live streamer?
Yeah.
I think for the next 5 years, Twitch will probably remain the top dog.
Yeah.
But I do think Twitch is mismanaged so badly at the top. Like the only way to grow on Twitch, and everyone internally knows, is to grow on another website and then go to Twitch.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of pressure for them to be profitable, and they've done or announced that they might slash pay by 30% for creators, or they might make people run ads. And so they've done a lot of things that are unfavorable, but it's because Amazon's like, hey, you've been losing hundreds of millions for 5 years now. Could you please stop? And eventually I think what will break the camel's back is if they get rid of Twitch Prime.
Right. Well, because another thing that I've realized recently about Twitch is that I feel like Twitch, in my mind, was way more of a mature platform than I thought it was, because I think what made me realize this recently was the recent meta of just, streaming copyrighted shows, right? And there was just nothing that was done about that. And you look at something like YouTube, I mean, you lasted 24 hours or something before you had your first ban on YouTube or something like that.
Dude, I got knocked off so many times for listening to songs. Even if I listen to the Naruto, hey, so and I'm playing a blitz game of chess, and I'm like, let's go, boys. It'll just be like boop, and then it'll take me down. And so it's crazy what you can get away with on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of streamers would struggle, even with the daily hey, let's react to videos thing.
Yeah.
And they would just get burned.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of that anyway. I don't really like
reacting to videos.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? It's tight.
Why? Why would I want to? I don't know. Just watch YouTube offline. Why you gotta? I don't know.
Well, I agree with you. I think 95% of the time, the thing that I like doing is watching. What I do these days, I have my mods, I pay them all. And I'm like, hey, get me a list of the coolest food from every country. It'll be a minute clip of all that, and I'll watch them all on stream. And so it's a compilation of all of those with the overarching idea of which place has the coolest food.
Yeah, I think you did one with YouTubers from different countries recently.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And so that I do that a lot. But I get uncomfortable when I'm just sitting there, even watching a Kurz Gazette video.
Yeah.
They've given me permission to watch it, but sometimes I'm sitting there and it's almost I feel like I'm high and I'm like, I haven't said anything in a while. Or do they know that I haven't said anything? And then I'll watch XQC react to watch him. He reacts to movie recaps.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Have you seen this?
I haven't seen this.
It's a text-to-speech voice that is someone wrote, and it'll be a movie like The Martian. And it'll be Matt Damon goes to space, and he has to live there for 60 days. And it's the entire movie for 10 minutes, and he just watches it, and he won't say a word. And I'm like, man, he's the GOAT.
That is a new level of just gaming the system.
Yeah.
What's next? Just reading entire Hollywood scripts, text to speech or something like that.
That'd be fire. Just the B movie, text to speech,
Yeah.
sitting there reacting, laughing, as if you could actually see it in your mind.
It's oh, Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
So is it because I've talked to a lot of Twitch streamers and they constantly talk about the meta of whatever's going on in Twitch. How is that set? Is it just a few people at the top just figuring out something new and then everyone just kind of copies that?
It's just like toilet paper. You know when everyone was buying toilet paper, everyone's just freaking out what they think is the meta.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
such
yeah.
bullshit. Everyone just this is the meta, and you're why? Just because one person did it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's just, it feels like a fire set where everyone's
It's
just
the
trying to
same thing on
panic
YouTube,
and
though.
get it. Is it really? I don't know. YouTube's. I don't know. It's
I
different
think
than YouTube.
I think for a lot of trends that are a lot easier to do, I guess, and obviously if Mr. Beast starts doing something, then not everyone's gonna jump onto that because there's a high bar of entry. But if it's something any of the fucking stupid YouTube challenges, right? It was also the same thing.
I guess, but I feel on YouTube at least there is tangible numbers where you can be this is the result. If you take a hot knife and cut something, you'll get 10 million views. And that's guaranteed. But sometimes on Twitch, I feel it's just oh, this big guy did it. And there's no numbers saying this improved or did any better. It's just just jump on it.
I think it's usually related to something timely. So like r/place is a great example. That could have only happened in that
makes
window.
sense, though. Yeah, I'd say that's valid.
Among Us, when it came out, is because it was hot.
Yeah.
And like usually the metas are things that are happening because like either there's an innovation, like, oh, I can stream in a hot tub in a bikini.
Okay,
Innovation.
Is
and
that
then everyone
innovation?
That's innovation.
That's American
We're going
ingenuity.
forward. We're going forward.
The car, the plane, Amaranth, in that order. And so that's like usually what dictates it. But you're right. Like sometimes there's lulls and like downtimes.
Yeah.
And then like XQC will play like Fall Guys. And it's like,
oh my God,
is
it's the meta.
Fall Guys back now? And it's like, yeah. And you can kind of force the meta.
Yeah, it does feel
Yeah.
like that. Like one time there was a thing where it was like the meta was putting the VTuber tag.
Yeah.
For like no reason.
Yeah, that's
it. Was
it.
like,
But that's like a faux meta. It's like, it's
I
useless,
guess
right?
so,
Yeah,
It's not like chess, which was like a real, like, you know, it was like
falling off now.
Yeah.
chess is, I mean, it's kind of coming back as candidates. I'm trying to make it a meta again. I'm trying to bring it back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're one of the meta setters, right?
Yeah.
I have the power. I think I can, because I have this idea of chess, but you see the eval bar while you play.
Right.
And you've all done chess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, as in the players see the eval
Yes.
bar.
While you're playing, you see the eval bar, which if you don't know, there's like a bar and it's usually split 50% white, 50% black when you start. And the better you play, like the more in one favor it is.
Yeah.
And you know when you're playing in a tournament, you're like, am I doing bad? Am I winning? Like, what the fuck is going on? But if you could see a bar that's like, you are doing great, you'd be like, cool. And I think you play better because of it.
I don't think I would though. I don't know. Like
This is literally the equivalent of having the friend behind you go,
yeah.
Yes, but the friend is Magnus Carlsen.
literally just
Yeah.
like, oh.
Like I remember when I first tried streaming chess, I thought, okay, I'm okay at chess, right?
Yeah.
And then I was trying to stream it for the first time while reading Twitch chat, and like my performance just dipped by about 20%. I swear to God, because if there's a game that's like backseat gaming puts you off of, it's chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you constantly doubt yourself with every single move. So I don't know if that would help or enhance. I guess
Well,
like
no, because Twitch chat's all dumbasses. The eval bar is God. You know, you
The
see
eval bar's a literal algorithm
Yeah.
that like works in your favor, right?
But I feel like it would snowball it way more, right? Because if you're ahead, you'd get like way more confident. But if you're like even like 5% behind, I feel
You're
like
like,
that would,
rip.
I feel
I
like
can't
rip. Okay, remake, guys. I'm
never gonna
done. I'm
recover.
tilted. I'm already
Yeah.
tilted. You know.
I think it'd be interesting, like for example, if it says like mate in 13, it's like, okay, now I spend more time looking to find something. Even if you don't find it, and I think it'd make you play better.
Yeah, and then you run the clock and you lose.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
well,
what
either
will
way,
happen.
I'll bring the meta back. I will implore you all to jump back into the chess meta. You've all,
I'll try.
You've all
I'll
enjoyed
be
it.
down.
Yeah.
I'll
try.
I can beat
Okay.
Connor another time in chess.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
sure.
Hey, me and you. Who can't?
God damn it.
I got a DM from Iron Mouse before this, and she's like, "Be mean to Connor," and I was like, "All right,
What the fuck?
all right."
It's not hard.
Yeah, everyone's mean to me. I guess.
Oh, no.
Just a good punching bag. What can I say, dude?
I like to play more like because one thing that's awesome about chess.com is that the UI is just so clean. But I remember like playing Connor with like a real board, and that was just like way more challenging than like right.
It's so hard to see things.
I know.
Yeah, because you have to
know.
stand up and look at it
Yeah,
from above.
it's I don't understand. Like, I think it's a thing when they teach young people, they never have them play online.
Yeah.
Because it's so much harder to go from online to on the board.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
opposed to the other way around.
Yeah. It's like it's weird how much just playing on that UI just improves your performance, and trying to play with a real life chessboard is kind of like going from an automatic car to a manual car. You're like, how the fuck does this work? I've completely forgotten everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's why you beat me that last time we played in real life.
I think I had more experience playing over the board than I did.
That's true.
From
That's
like
true.
childhood?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of the time. It wasn't very good.
Welsh chess school.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, my experience was just my uncle beating my ass repeatedly and then ignoring me for the rest of the day.
See, my dad always wanted to play chess until I started beating him. And then he was like, I don't want to play anymore.
Wait, at what age were you beating your dad?
Like 10.
What?
Yeah.
Was your dad dumb as bricks?
No. He was okay, I think. I don't know. Well, as a kid, you have no sense of what is a good chess player.
Sure. Of course not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.